Everyone, welcome to Cozy Corner Chronicles. My name is Julia,
And I'm Liz.
and we are back with another chapter chat for Lunar Love. So, I would just like to say that this book is really cute. So,
Yeah.
we had last left off with the fact that B.O.B. Bennett O'Brien, Bennett, was
Oh, Bennett.
invited to, Bennett was invited to the wedding of Nina, who is the
Hmm.
dear sister of Liv. So
Yes.
I believe this part picks up with the fact that they go to the wedding
Hmm.
and super cute. I would just like to say. So our prediction was obviously wrong because we had said that we didn't think that Nina was actually going to get married. Um, we were wrong.
I can't
So
lie. I still feel a kind of way about that.
me too, but I think the common theme for the last sections of the book is the fact that compatibility by your animal sign is
Isn't
not,
always. Yeah.
yeah, it's not always the thing. So with
Boo.
that being said, boo, I know. What do you mean I can't like get married too? Fine. Anyways, so they go to the wedding and it's cute, it's typical wedding stuff. People are happy to see Bennett there, and
Hmm.
he doesn't dance even though,
Yeah,
like,
and
it's
Liv's
a
like, come
wedding.
on, just
Yeah.
one dance. And he's like, yeah, no, You don't want to see my two brick for feet. Like, you do not want to see me dancing at all.
And he's like, "I'm also triggered because, like, one time in junior high, like, my pants split and all that stuff, and that's, like, the real reason." And she's like, "Okay.
You're
Uh,
weird.
okay, you're weirdo." Anyways, so, I mean, honestly speaking, that chapter was just kind of talking about the wedding, and it was
Hmm.
important that he was meeting the family, but it's not like he didn't already meet Pol. But
Yes.
anyways, I think, like I was ranting to you about, Liv was freaking pissing me off.
Annoying.
So basically, as the story continues, like Bennett and Liv, they're doing well. Keep this in mind.
Hmm.
They are doing well. And
Hmm.
Liv ends up having another meeting with Harper and being like, hey, like, you're not interested in Bennett? Like, what's wrong? Like, why don't you want to fall in love?
Right.
And and Harper was like, "Well, he's a good guy. Like, I like
He's just not
him,
my
but he,
type.
yeah, and he literally wouldn't stop talking about you during our date."
Yes.
And Liv
Yes.
was
And she
like,
was like, I felt like a matchmaker for you. I was
"Yeah,"
like,
and
oh.
then Liv was like, "What? I feel so manipulated because him and Harper were the reason that they concocted the date
Mm-hmm.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
because Harper was like, "You think I didn't plan to, like, cancel?"
Yeah.
So, of course, Liv's reaction is that she's manipulated into this. I'm like, "Girl, you like him."
And just admit that you like him, because at this point it's annoying. He's shown everything to you, that he likes you, that he cares about you, that he wants to be with you, that he wants to hang out with you, and all these things. And you're the first thing that goes through your mind instead of, oh my God, that was so cute of them, is to say that you got manipulated. It's giving victim.
Literally, and I would just like to say too, it's like I don't know. I don't, like I said, I'm not a zodiac animal expert, but Bennett is a rat and he wears his heart on his sleeve. Like, he is so direct, so straightforward, so open in his communication, while the horse, is so stubborn. Like, I was getting
Dude,
so pissed off.
it's literally giving me and my mom. Mind you, my mom is a horse and I'm a
Right.
rat.
We gotta talk
And
about
it's it's me communicating to my mom and then her saying, you're talking back to me, but I don't want to talk about this right now. So instead, tomorrow we'll go shopping. That's my way of telling you that I'm sorry when you're really just pissing me off right now.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because what ends up really being Liv's tipping point in this story is that when the realtor comes around to show Bennett and his group, I forget if his name is Elmer or Emmer.
Edward.
Okay,
Edward, right?
well, whatever. I don't remember. Whatever his name
No,
is.
I don't know what his name is.
I think it's Elmer. Yeah, I think his assistant's name is Elmer. And basically, one of the realtors starts showing them, like, property so that they can have their office,
Hmm.
and one of them happens to be Lunar Love.
Yep.
And of course, Liv sees Bennett and she's like, "What the heck are you doing here? This is not
Yep.
for sale." And of course, then they get into an argument where Elmer and Liv get into it. And then Bennett's literally trying to plead his case. He's like,
Yep.
I didn't know this was going to be a stop. Like, I genuinely didn't know. I'm sorry. Like, I know you're not for sale. I'm not trying to kick you out of business. But Liv
Mm-hmm.
is not hearing it.
At
She's
all.
like, literally at all. She's literally just like, no, 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 you knew. You're trying to run us out of the business. And he's like, bruh. But still, he's
Yeah.
still calm and collected. And it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It was a bit much. And I feel like she, again, always trying to play the victim of some sorts. I feel like I hate it because she is the main character, but I feel like at this point she feels like she's a main character.
yeah, I know what you mean. Like, she's
And it's so stupid because she is one. It's just like she's the main character in her own mind, and it's making me so mad.
I know exactly what you mean because see the other thing is so before the realtor thing even happened, Bennett and for the beta testers they were throwing a party where you come dressed as your zodiac animal
Yeah.
and she gets insanely jealous that a
Mhm.
girl's clinging onto Bennett's arms, but there she meets one of the people who interviewed her for the podcast named Marcus. And Marcus
Yep.
is like, "Oh, Zodiac Cupid like or sorry, this is after the real estate thing.
Mhm.
Zodiac Cupid won, like they're getting the exclusive podcast." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, Bennett said that you fell in love, that it was through Zodiac Cupid." And she's like, "Oh my god, he manipulated me." Like that's of course her
Yes, again, and,
again.
mind you, Bennett had no idea about this, by the way. It was Elmer, Edward,
Yep.
whoever, that basically published to him or told him that, uh, Zodiac Cupid had won the bet because Olivia fell in love. And then she automatically shifts the blame to Bennett, even though I feel like at this point she should know Bennett is like out of the loop. The only thing he ever does is come up with ideas for the app. He doesn't actually run it. Like he doesn't do anything. He just comes up with the more ideas.
Right. And what drives me crazy is that instead of communicating like one should,
That's a horse
she
trait.
just yes, it must be because she literally just is like, "Nope. Nope, I'm gonna cut him out. He's manipulating me. I hate him. I don't want anything to do with him. Blah 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 blah, whatever." And I think it isn't until she has a conversation. I don't even remember who she's having a conversation with. But anyways,
Mhm.
it progresses to the point where she shows up at his pitch that he's about to give, I think, or
Mhm.
something like that. And she basically realizes that she's a piece of shit dumbass for trying to dump him. And and then she shows up and is like just, mouthing like speak from your heart cuz he's fumbling cuz he's nervous and he's thinking about how everything went to shit with Liv and
Yeah. And then
blah blah
he's
blah
like,
blah
"Oh,
blah.
I see her and she's supporting me and I can do this."
Yeah,
It's so rom-com.
yeah, exactly. It's a very rom-com moment, but come on, who doesn't love a good rom-com
Yes.
moment?
And then what's crazy is, like this book has always been very high. Like
Mhm.
nothing sad has ever
Yep.
happened or anything. And now we're like in the last three chapters, and all of a sudden, Liv gets a phone call from her dad, and he's like, "Hey, like we need to talk." She's like, "Hey, are like right now? Like I'm kind of busy. Like, are you sure?" He's like, yeah, like right now." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, your grandmother passed away." And I was like, "What?
Literally, I was so upset.
What?
I read that
Not
and I said
pourquoi?"
I literally was, like, frozen to the wall, like, "What the heck just happened?" Because
I went
they
from
had
kicking and
never
giggling to
Yes. Because they had never really alluded to the fact that she was sick until she kind of stumbled getting into the car at the wedding.
Mhm,
But even then, she's like, it seemed like she was just old, like people with
yeah.
arthritis knees, they can all slip a little bit sometimes.
I slip into the car.
Literally, like I'd be slipping and sliding too. But
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, I think her dad was the one who was saying, we don't know how bad it was. She was probably
Mhm,
hiding it. Like the women in this family are really strong willed, stubborn. So that's probably what it is. But yes, unfortunately, we end on a sad, which is the fact that Pol Pot did pass away. So,
yeah.
of course, Liv is like one of those moments where it's like slow mo, in the rom com, like what the heck is going on? So, of course, she runs out and like we won't find out what happens till later about if Bennett finds her, whatever, but she leaves and she goes to be with her family. So all that to say is that we were kicking and giggling and being like, oh, and now we're like, hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
like
we're like, oh.
like
So yeah, I mean, fast forward. The book is really good. It's cute. Also, whoever said it was bad, they're just haters.
yeah, they are haters because it's cute. Like it
Yeah.
really is
It's
so stinky cute.
typical rom-com. Like it's literally every single
Exactly.
time we're gonna stick up for this book. I hope you guys know. And I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but honestly, it is a good book. It's cute. It is what it is. And it's what it's what you expect it would be.
Exactly. Like the expectation is rom-com and it gave more than enough rom-com. Like I was
Oh yeah.
laughing at points. So that is really the honestly the stuff that happened this time around. Lunar Love is funny. We end on a sad note, but I'm sure we'll end on a better note for the last few chapters because we are finishing this book. So with that being said, we will begin another book soon. I think we've chosen it, but we'll stay tuned for that. Our Judge Book Guides cover all that stuff. We'll come out for it.
Yes.
But next
Yes,
week will
yes.
officially be our last episode for Lunar Love. It has been a great journey with this book. I loved it. I'm sad that it has to end,
Yes.
but we are excited that you guys will
And
finish the book with us.
you guys should be proud of us. We actually stuck to our word and read it week by week, 5 chapters a week. That was hard.
Yeah, because let
That
me
was
tell you,
hard.
I could have devoured that book in 2 minutes. Like I really could
Yeah,
have. And I thought about it.
definitely. But
But we
we
did
had
good.
self control.
We did. So we're proud. You guys should be proud of us. And with that being said, we will catch you guys next week for our last episode of Lunar Love. But of course, with one ending, there will be more openings. So we will, of course, provide great content for other books. But we are just sad. This
Yes.
is our going to be our first official chapter chat that we finish a book with. So I don't know. Lunar Love,
Yay!
special place in our heart. Anyways,
Special place in our hearts. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
and we will speak to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.